tutorial, and this is actually a face chart inspired look, and this is the face chart that I'm going to be recreating today. But yeah, it's basically just this cut crease with a little bit of glitter in the center. It's very like warm, very coppery, and I saw this on Twitter, but I'm not sure who. Oh wait, no, yeah, this is a face chart by Cassie MUA, just to give her credit. But yeah, I love this face chart and I wanted to recreate it. I found it on Twitter somewhere, and yeah, I loved it. So I'm going to recreate it for you guys today, and yeah, let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing I'm going to do is prime my skin using the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water, as always. And I've already done my eyebrows off camera, and I used Anastasia Dip Brow and then set it with clear gel. Okay guys, now for foundation, I'm going to mix my Maybelline Better Skin Foundation and my Cover FX Natural Finish Oil Free Foundation. I'm just going to mix them together. And then use a beauty blender just to blend this into the skin. Okay guys, once that's all blended into the skin, I'm going to take my concealer. Maybelline Fit Me, I'm sure you guys already know the drill with my face routine. I typically stick to the same products. And then use a beauty blender just to blend it all in. The same as I did with the foundation, except I'm using the pointier end. And then I'll take concealer to start to prime my eyes. Except I'm only taking it up at the crease area. You'll see why. Because when I do my cut crease, I always clean it up with concealer to sharpen it. So I'm basically just going to focus the concealer on my crease area because I will be going in with concealer afterwards to clean up the cut crease. So I don't want any caking of like too much concealer on my eyes. So I'm going to keep it minimal and just focus it on this top part of the crease. I'm just keeping it very minimal on my lid. And then to set it, I'll just use my Airspun powder. This is the translucent loose version. Just making sure there's no creases before I set it. And I'm also going to set under my eyes, and I'm just going to use a setting brush. This is the Real Technique setting brush, and I'm going to take the Airspun powder just to set under my eyes. But first, I'm just going to take my beauty blender and blend out any creases that I may have gotten, because this concealer tends to crease pretty quickly. That's like the only downside of this concealer. Yeah, so I'm just going to make sure everything's blended out before I set it. And then just to set the rest of my face, I'm going to take a bigger brush. This is the Morphe S19 brush. This is just good for overall powder. And I'm also going to take that Airspun powder and just set the whole face with powder. And then we're actually going to move on to the eyeshadow, and today I'll be using my Modern Renaissance palette again. This palette just has all the shadows I feel like I need to achieve this makeup look that I'm recreating. It has like those warm kind of berry tones. So I'm just going to use my Modern Renaissance for today. And the brush I'll be using is a MAC 217 brush, and I'm going to first take Love Letter, which is right here. It's like this raspberry kind of color right here. This is one of my favorites from the palette. It's like a fuchsia raspberry kind of shade. And I'm basically just going to map out where I want my cut crease to start. What is happening? I'm just going to map out where I want my cut crease to start. So basically, find that point in your socket. I typically take my cut creases a little bit higher than my actual crease area because I find that my lids are somewhat hooded, as you can see. So I take it a little bit above so that it kind of opens up my eyes, so I kind of fake my crease, and basically that'll make my eyes look bigger and wider. So that's what I'm doing today. And I'm just going to map it out slightly above my natural crease. So like that, I'll just make that first initial mark and then start to blend it out. Even though it is a cut crease, you want to make sure that it's nice and blended out in the crease area. And then once I get out here, I kind of press it in here and flick upward. Okay, and then in the picture, you can actually see that she has a little bit of sort of a warm transitional shade. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a Morphe M441, and I'm gonna take Burnt Orange, which is this color right here, and I'm just gonna take that right into the crease really lightly, just to create a transitional kind of color and an ombre between these two shadows. And then I'll just go back in with Love Letter and intensify it even more. Okay, and now I'm going to switch to a MAC 239 brush. This is basically like a fluffy flat shader brush. And I'm going to go ahead and take Red Ochre. I keep dropping that brush, but okay, I'm going to take Red Ochre, which is right here. And this is going to go right into the crease. Tap off the excess, and so it's just going even more directly into the crease socket. Okay, and then I'm also going to use that MAC 239 brush, and I'm going to take Cypress Umber, which is this really, really dark espresso kind of brown color right in this corner. And this is just going to add that definition and go directly into the crease. I'm going to keep this very light. So I'm focusing it on this outer corner because that's where I want it to be most defined, and then I'll bring it forward towards the center of my crease. Okay, now for the concealer part, I'm going to take my Maybelline Fit Me concealer, and I'm going to use a brush, a really, really small, precise brush. This is a Morphe M508 brush, and I'm going to take a little bit of this concealer on the back of my hand, and then I'm going to dip in with this brush and basically just sharpen up this cut crease. Okay, once that's on, I'm going to take Tempera, which is this beige color, on my lid. This sort of concealer sharpening part doesn't have to be completely perfect because we are going in with that glitter in between the crease and the lid. So the glitter I'll be using is from Violet Boss, my favorite glitter brand. This is Cooperella. There's a Copperella and there's a Cooperella, and I'm using Cooperella today. So this step is going to be a little bit tricky because I don't have this glitter in a liner form. So I'm actually going to take this Urban Decay glitter liner and map out where this is going to go, and then I'll take a preciser brush and dip into the glitter and pat it on top so it's a copper color. Hopefully this works out. I'm just going to have to be like patient because it's going to be tricky to do. Okay, now I'm going to dip in with my brush into the Copperella while this is still wet and go over top of it. Alright, so that's done, and now I think I'm going to do the other eye off camera, and then I'll come back and finish up the eyes. So I have to do a wing liner, so I'm just going to use my NYC Look liner to do a wing really quickly. And I'm just going to sharpen it up with a little bit of concealer just to get a really sharp wing. I'm using a Sigma E15 brush to do this. So I'm going to use Burnt Orange from Modern Renaissance as my sort of like transitional shade on my lower lash line. And then taking Love Letter. Now time for the black liner. I'm going to go ahead and take this black Master Precise Skinny Liner from Maybelline. And then I'm going to grab Cypress Umber, which is that really, really deep color, and press that really closely into the lash line to smoke it out. Okay, then we're going to go ahead and add mascara, and I'm going to use my MAC Extended Play Take a Black Lash Mascara. And then for lashes, I'm actually going to use my Lily Lashes in Miami, and I will leave a link down below for where you can purchase these. I've been using these non-stop. They're like my favorite go-to lashes now. They've definitely replaced my Cocoa Lashes in Queen Bee. They're just super nice and really like fluttery, so I'll have them linked down below if you want to check them out. And I'm just going to apply them using my House of Lashes glue. I just love these lashes so much. See the difference that they make with my eyes? They just like open them back up, and they're very piecey, so they make your eyes look really big and just, I don't know, they're so bougie and I love them. Okay guys, so actually first I'm going to take my Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Powder Foundation Compact to bronze up my skin. Mine is in 4, and I use this as a bronzer. And then to go ahead and contour the face, I'm going to use my Anastasia Contour Kit in Light, and I'm going to use this shade right here, which is called Fawn, with a Morphe. This is my favorite contouring brush. This is the Morphe M523 brush. This is the best contour brush that I've used. I highly recommend it. If you guys are looking into contour brushes, this is my favorite one. Then for blush, I'm going to use Milani Luminosa. And to sharpen up the bottom of the contour, I'm going to take this banana color right here and mix it in with this sort of lighter pink undertone one with a Morphe E6 brush, basically just to help carve out the contour. Okay, and then for highlight, I'm going to also use an Anastasia product, and I'm going to use the Anastasia So Hollywood Illuminator. This is coming back in November, so don't worry about it if you are afraid you can't get your hands on it. This will be coming back in around like November. It also really looks nice with a lot of different skin tones. Normally gold colors, like gold champagne-y tones, don't look really that great on me, but this one is light enough to the fact that it doesn't create a weird shadow on my face. Okay, and then I'm just going to take this highlight on my nose. In the photo, the face chart has kind of like a glossy purple tone mauve ombre lips. So I'm going to take Too Faced Queen Bee liquid lipstick on the outer perimeters of my lips, and then I'll take like a lighter color in the center and then apply a gloss so it's a glossy finish. And then I'm going to go in with Anastasia Beverly Hills Milkshake on the center of the lips to create that ombre effect. Then I'm going to go in with the Buxom Lip Cream. This is one of the sort of like plumping ones, but this is my favorite gloss. This is in White Russian from Buxom, and this is just going to go on top to create a glossy finish. Okay guys, so this is the completed makeup look. I really hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and enjoy this look. I'm really happy with the way this look turned out, and I hope you guys enjoy this video. Please subscribe if you haven't already, like this video, and leave a comment requesting something you want to see. And I hope to see you guys in my next one. Bye guys.